The next topic is language processing. That one came up a number of times during our process for the first charter, and we sort of punted on a lot of those questions because they were getting pretty gnarly and kind of bogging down our process for this higher level look. And so one option is that we could move into looking at those particular issues more deeply and really define what we mean by language processing, what works best at each of the various levels, just generally anything that's related to language.
I support it very much.
I'll just say of the ones on the screen, this one scares me the most. I've said this to you separately, Lynette, but it seems like the hardest. And I would want us to, and I think you've shown or shared different working groups in the past that have tried to think about language processing in the context of RDF. So there'd be some work to see what others have tried and where they may have failed or had successes.
I'm not entirely sure I understand what's behind it now. Can someone try to explain this again in a sentence or two, please?
I can highlight at least a few things that might fall under this particular category. Quite a few of the authorities don't tag literals with language at all. Some tag some things, but not others. For example, some do not want to tag things that are names, and there are reasons behind that. And so that would be one of the things we could explore is why would names be treated differently, or any other literal, why would it not be tagged, but some others are. There's also, what else could fall into this would be sort of the technical side of like, how do you tag things? How would downstream users be able to request particular languages? And then there's questions around what implication does that have for search? Do you have multiple indexes for different languages so that someone can search only in German or only in English? Or does it mean that what they get back is in this other language? So it's a really large encompassing topic. I think there are lots of different ways to look at it and lots of different ways to explore it. And so I think I agree that this would be a very challenging issue because there's a lot to it. And I think there's a lot of sort of differing perspectives on how to approach it. I don't know if others have other aspects of language processing that they would like to highlight.
So I would just like to put in that sometimes foreign language is not. Well, I'll just go to mesh because it's the easiest thing for me to say. But for instance, mesh is available in multiple foreign languages, but it's not put out by the people who create mesh. So it's available in French, and I think it's available in Danish, and it may be available in some other language. But mesh itself doesn't do that. Other medical communities in other countries do that. So that is also, from my perspective, a challenge.